Right, so this is part 5 of how to be successful in short-term rentals. This part is understanding your setup costs. Right, now this is assuming this isn't the renting or buying of a property. That's a totally different thing, right? If you want to do that, you can look into, properties and all the rest of it, how to rent, how to buy. This is once you've got the property, all the stuff that you're going to need to get to make it into a short-term rental. This is one of the things that I totally underestimated on our first project. I thought that the internal stuff was going to be, a couple £1,000, but it's certainly not. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you exactly what everything's going to cost. What I'm going to do is give you the things that you need to do to understand what it's going to cost at the time that you're doing it as well. Because, what you buy, what I buy, they might be totally different things. What market you're going for, what I'm going for, it's going to be totally different things. But the things you're going to need to get are going to be very much the same. So first things first is you're going to need the big items of furniture. All of your beds, all of your side tables, all the big stuff that's going to go in the property, white goods, things like that. Usually with us, on a big property, that can on a 2 to 5 bedroom house, that can range anywhere from £2,000 to £6,000, right? So it can be quite a big range. So really think about all the stuff that needs to go in the property. And then you've got all the smaller items. So your pictures, your mirrors, your cutlery, your crockery, all the small bits that go into the property. Items might be slightly different to each house and or each property and which ones you're setting up. So that's the key thing, is just to make sure that you've absolutely thought of every single cost that is going to go into the property. Because we did a 3-bedroom house. I thought it was going to be a couple £1,000, ended up being £7,000 for all of the stuff that goes in the property. Best thing to do is to cost it all up beforehand on a mock property. So think, these are the types of properties that I'm going to go for. Then that'll give you a really good idea as to exactly what the setup costs are going to be, so that you're 100% prepared. Now, like I said, I would certainly be prepared for at least a few £1,000s, but, depending on the size of the property, you could be looking in the region of £10,000+ for all of the contents, depending on how big and how upmarket the property might be. So don't underestimate that, is my point. Understand your costs, right? And make sure that you do a mock property cost for all the stuff that you're going to need to get for it. Do a mock property before you do your first one, so that roughly what that's going to cost, so that you can get your numbers straight right from the offset.